and welcome to the SciFirst MovieTalk episode. So in this episode, I'll be discussing the 2010 DreamWorks animated storybook comedy sequel, Shrek Forever After, the fourth movie released in the Shrek franchise and as directed by Mike Mitchell. This time around, Shrek, as voiced again by Mike Myers, is feeling the pangs of parenthood, the routine, the monotony, and indeed feeling like a sideshow attraction to all the passing gawkers around his swamp. Now, the ogres aren't feared anymore. After losing his cool and popping a vein at his children's first birthday party, due to the pressures and the stress of the event topping everything off, Shrek is approached by Rumpelstiltskin, as voiced by Walt Dohrn, who offers him a magical deal to be the ogre he wants to be for one day. Well, you know, the catch, you get nothing for free, right? Rumpelstiltskin, wants to take a day from Shrek's past. Any day. A day that Shrek won't even remember. So, indeed, where's the harm in that? So, Shrek soon finds out that the deal was far too good to be true and learns that Rumpelstiltskin has taken over the kingdom of far, far away. Fiona, as voiced by Diaz, never ended up getting rescued and now leads the local ogre rebellion. And Donkey, as voiced by Eddie Murphy, is working as a cart mule for a couple of old witches. Shrek's world has been turned upside down, and once his day ends, so does he. And the world in which he once lived will be lost forever. In a race against time, does Shrek have it in him to bring his A-game to Fiona once more and grab that ever-elusive true love's kiss in order to break Rumpelstiltskin's sneaky contract before everything he's ever known is written out of history? Now, this is what I'm talking about. Following the more subdued affair of the last movie, Shrek the Third, this one brings it back home. It does, echoing the very start of the franchise with a juicy and intriguing concept, some fast-paced humour and the courage to take the story in a completely different direction, challenging what we had come to know about the characters and their journey so far. This one has oomph and dared to step outside the box a little with its twist and take on a more dystopian vision of the kingdom of far, far away, bringing a strong message that we often do not know what a good thing is that we have, until it's gone. The premise allowed for a complete mix-up. It's Shrek that has now to put in the work this time around, winning over Fiona with his charms as an ogre, and even having to kind of put effort in to befriend Donkey, all of which brings a revisited but fresh feel. We know how things were supposed to happen, yet this film plays with this idea to bring out new and exciting qualities in the characters we have come to know and love across the series so far. Myers and Murphy are brilliantly back on point. The new dynamic serves well to kind of reinforce the on-screen friendship. It seems to move with this kind of rekindled energy that brings back the fantastic banter between the two that was so kind of reminiscent of the first movie in the series. Indeed, it does replicate much of the original's energy and storytelling style, but with the stakes that feel so much more intense. This time, Shrek's actions have direct consequences for everybody in the kingdom of far, far away, especially the closest to him. It's a fantastic adventure movie, not quite as heavy on the comedy as we've kind of seen previously, opting instead to kind of offer a much more involved story with a slightly darker edge. Now, don't get me wrong, the comedy is still there, and there are plenty of storybook references to be had once again, but this one kind of strikes more of a balance this time around that expands on what we've kind of come to expect from the franchise, and then kind of twists it completely. It has a fantastically devious and conniving villain, the snivelling and cunning Rumpelstiltskin, totally twisted, but bringing some fantastic energy again to a worthy antagonist, capturing the essence of the grim fairy tale from which he is derived. A completely sneaky and surreptitious little imp of a character that only knows his own greed. The level of detail within the animation is fantastic, much more of an improvement over the third in terms of involvement and scope, and indeed technically more creative than the previous entries, as one would expect. Very vibrant, but with a darker edge that fits in to kind of serve the more bleaker, yet adventurous outlook of the tale. They're having fun with the whole idea through and through, which results in a very entertaining and engaging adventure, creating a wonderful mix of dystopia, action, suspense and comedy. A clever idea that's been very thoughtfully executed, with real detail and consideration given to the plight of the characters involved, and how they may truly have ended up if Shrek hadn't been around at all. Indeed, Shrek's very own It's a Wonderful Life moment. Harry Gregson Williams returns to score the film's accompanying music after doing so for the last 3 installments, and so yet brings another epically inspired and rousing series of themes and arrangement, in fully in the spirit of adventure. Totally Shrek, yet appreciative of the film's alternative kind of slant. Overall, this was a fun and adventurous entry into the Shrek franchise, and one which truly felt like a satisfying conclusion to the series. For now, Shrek's emotional journey is now complete, having gone around full circle, having realised the hard way just what he has in life and who will always be by his side. It has a fantastic idea that's been well executed, and indeed, for as darker as it is compared to the previous entries, is still infused with some brilliant banter, awesome adventure and just all-round fun through and through. It's great to have Shrek and Donkey back on the road again, and this certainly brings the magic back into the mix by returning to past ideas, pressing the reset button if you like, whilst also offering something quite different for the series and turning Shrek's world upside down, and even in the process teaching him a few things about himself and ogres that he didn't even know. So, that brings me to the end of this episode. Many thanks for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like. Please do hit that subscribe button for movie reviews, trailer reactions and other movie-related content. Absolutely loved having you at SciFirst Movie Talk. Definitely love to have you back. Most of all, just thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.